Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Young Race Predictor. Today we're going to be doing the Azerbaijan Grand Prix predictions, round 6 of F1 2021. We'll be doing the qualifying grid along with the race day result and the new segment installed in the previous episode called Drivers to Watch Out For. I'm really happy you guys are enjoying my videos. Please make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell in order to get notifications that I'm releasing new videos, and hit the like button as well. Let's get started with this video. And we'll be starting from last place in the qualifying grid. So in 20th and 19th is Mazepin in 20th and Schumacher in 19th. Now, in the Monaco Grand Prix, Mazepin got his first chance of out qualifying his teammate, but still getting out of Q1 itself because Schumacher had crashed in FP3, which resulted in the problem. But if there weren't any retirement issues, I still think that Schumacher will have to finish in a 19th place ahead of Nikita Mazepin, because here this is Baku, and Baku is another hard street circuit. So now that the players have been used to Monaco and that the race is over, they need to get more used up to the track in Baku as well. And knowing where to brake, it is very, very important. Therefore, I think for them to get used to the car, they need to perform to a 19th place, because they need to know where to brake, which is why there are practice sessions. So I think that is why there are chances of Schumacher in 19th and Mazepin in 20th. In 18th place, 17th and 16th, Nicholas Latifi, Kimi Raikkonen and Yuki Tsunoda. Now, Nicholas Latifi and Kimi Raikkonen are used to retiring in Q1, unlike Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, who I feel will finish 14 and 15 respectively. And out of the last 6 teams, including Yuki Tsunoda, because he's a rookie, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell are like the people who can show great speed in order to go into Q2, which is why I feel Giovinazzi will be 14th, Russell will be 15th. Tsunoda is an AlphaTauri, a much more faster car comparative to Alfa Romeo and Nicholas Latifi. So that's why I feel Tsunoda in 16th, Raikkonen in 17th, and Latifi in 18th, and Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell in 14th, 15th respectively. 11th, 12th, 13th is Lance Stroll, Sebastian Vettel, and Fernando Alonso. Now, in 10th place we have Esteban Ocon as well, because he is better, and even if there were chances like Sebastian Vettel going into Q3 with Aston Martin, he needs to know where to brake and where to show speed. Although being the 4-time world champion, the car has not been fast. But today in the Monaco Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel had scored first points of the season, which I explained in the previous video as well. And if he needs to continue like that, he needs to score more points in circuits like Baku, Singapore. I think Vettel has a chance of going into Q3, but might finish in like a 12th place, with Stroll out qualifying him and finishing 11th, getting out of Q2, and Esteban Ocon in 10th place going into Q3. In 9th place we have Daniel Ricciardo. I feel Ricciardo is now new to the McLaren team, and in Monaco he has not performed well in the qualifying and the race day. So I think his maximum position itself, if he needs to get into Q3, I feel Ricciardo will finish in 9th place. In 8th and 7th, we have Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris. Now, Norris is faster than Pierre Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo as well, and because Norris got a chance of finishing in the front row and finish 5th in the qualifying in Monaco. Carlos Sainz, I feel he'll finish in 6th place, because he had a great chance of coming on pole, but sadly due to the crash Charles Leclerc had caused unintentionally, they had brought a red flag to the session. But if Charles Leclerc hadn't crashed but tried to improve his time like about 1 or 2 tenths, then there were chances of Verstappen, Bottas, or even Sainz to secure pole position in Monaco. So if it goes to that extent, it means that the cars can go that fast. So I feel Sainz can go faster than Norris, and therefore he finished in 6th, and Lando in 7th, Pure in 8th. Now, Third, fourth, and fifth, all in a row, is Valtteri Bottas, Charles Leclerc, and Sergio Perez. Well, an interesting news. I was, in fact, shocked to see Leclerc on fourth position for his home Grand Prix because he has retired the race, and he retired the race. He did not start the race this year, but we must appreciate him for starting on pole position. I mean, that should be appreciated a lot for Charles Leclerc after all the problems he's been going through and securing his 8th pole position of his career itself after Mexico in 2019. So I feel Leclerc has a great chance of finishing in the top 4, might be even top 3. That's why I feel Leclerc in 4th. Perez will start in 5th. In order to have a great start to the race, he might have to continue with that 5th place. But in order to go with the constructors and the drivers championship as well, if the qualifying grid almost looks like my predictions, then there are perfect chances of Perez like finishing in 5th place in the championship, Leclerc or finishing 5th, Lando finishing in 5th, Bottas finishing in 3rd or 4th. Many different thoughts. So that's why I feel there were more chances of Leclerc going faster than Perez, so that even if he does not manage to finish in like that 4th or 3rd, there might be chances of Perez in order to overtake, and he might grab the podium place, which might be good news for Red Bull and Sergio Perez scoring his first podium with Red Bull. So I think Perez will finish in at least 5th, Leclerc in 4th, Valtteri Bottas in 3rd, and in 1st and 2nd, Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen. I feel the only way, even if Hamilton and Verstappen have to close their gap to make it a very crucial world championship battle, then I think it all comes down to this. So I feel if Hamilton secures pole position and wins Grand Prix after this, and with Verstappen also finishing in 2nd and even also winning Grand Prix, there are a lot of chances of Verstappen or Hamilton to win the championship. So I feel Hamilton, if he needs to get 8 world championships, he needs to go for a pole position this time. So I feel it'll be Hamilton on pole from Verstappen, Bottas, Leclerc, and Perez, all the way down to Nikita Mazepin. Up to the podium places. Now, here in Azerbaijan, I think Hamilton, as I told before, if he needs to get his 8th world championship or close the gap between him and Verstappen to make it a crucial championship battle between Verstappen and Hamilton, I think he has to win more Grand Prix. So I think Hamilton will have to take it at his best and win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix ahead of Max Verstappen as a runner-up in Baku, and Valtteri Bottas. He will have to secure 3rd position because, as I told before in the Monaco Grand Prix, he was the most important player to watch out for, and surprisingly, it was true because here in Monaco, Valtteri Bottas retired due to a pit stop problem. So, in order to secure at least a 3rd position in the Drivers' Championship, because this might be his last season with Mercedes, I think Bottas has to finish as be the podium finisher, and Mercedes AMG as the constructors. So, Lewis Hamilton will be the winner of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix ahead of Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. The fastest lap will have to go to at least Sergio Perez. It might go even to Charles Leclerc. Who knows? I feel Perez has performed very well in Baku since 2016, and in order to um, show that he is still better here in Baku, and especially with Red Bull, in order to say that he's the right driver for the team, I think he needs to at least even secure the fastest lap. So I think Perez will secure the fastest lap. DNS 2 to 4. Driver of the day, Sebastian Vettel. I really hope he will score more points this time because this is another street circuit. He can give it his best. Vettel, driver of the day. Perez, fastest lap. Drivers to watch out for. Number 1, Sergio Perez. As I explained before, he has been a 2-time podium finisher here in Baku. It might be wonderful if it's a 3-time as well, if he comes on the podium this time. Or will he retire the race, or will he at least have to stick again for a 4th or 5th position? I think 4th or 5th is an important statement when it comes to Sergio Perez. Will he at least finish on the podium, which is a really big thing for Sergio Perez, who's new to the Red Bull team. So I think he's a number one driver to watch out for. Number two was the guy who was number two last week as well, Daniel Ricciardo. He has performed well with McLaren. I mean, good team partnership along with Lando, but he has not scored that much points expected by himself and by the team. I mean, in Monaco, he got kicked out in Q2, so I think that is why Ricardo is another important driver to watch out for. Would he even score points here in Baku? Because he's a winner in 2017 here. From 10th place on the grid, managed to finish first. Who would imagine he would at least even finish on the podium with McLaren? So I think he's an important player to watch out for. Number 3, Fernando Alonso. Alonso has scored only points in 2 races of the season, and he has not been performing well in the others. If he scores well here in Baku, he will have to come under a crucial battle along with Lance Stroll, Sebastian Vettel, Esteban Ocon in order to secure 11th place at least in the championship, along with Yuki Tsunoda as well. Who knows? So I think Fernando Alonso is one of the most important drivers to watch out for in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, because as we remember in 2018 when he was in Baku, he had two wheels on his wagon, the right completely gone puncture, and immediately drove that McLaren car into the pits and managed to finish 7th at the checkered flag, which is really good. So could he continue the exact same thing as well with Alpine this time? I feel that is an important question. Therefore, Fernando Alonso is another important driver to watch out for. Number 4 is Valtteri Bottas. As I told before, it wasn't expected by Valtteri Bottas in order to retire the race here in Monaco. So he must maximum at least finish in the podium, and even if he has to secure a 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. So Valtteri Bottas is an important player to watch out for. Can he at least continue that good streak since 2019, because he's performed very well since 2017 here in Baku? Could he even win the Grand Prix here in Baku? So I think he's an important player to watch out for, because Bottas is an amazing player, and it wouldn't be nice if there were chances of him to leave the team. Might be next year as well. He might get to race but leave the team. So he must prove that he's the right driver, and in order to do that, he has to finish on the podium or even crack the fastest lap. So I think he's an important player to watch out for. Number 5 is not technically a battle. It is more than a player though. It is Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda. Now, out of all the teams, I think AlphaTauri is the only team that have been performing the way they want. They haven't teamed up exactly, come up with a perfect strategy. They've come to a player and to another player. Like Yuki Tsunoda has scored points only in one race in the entire season. Pierre Gasly has played superbly well. He is 9th in the Drivers' Championship. The difference is a lot. And if AlphaTauri has to secure a very good position in the constructors, there must be a perfect strategy with both Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, so that both of them could equally share and score amazing points in the races, so that they could at least finish in a 5th place with AlphaTauri. So I think these two are very important drivers to watch out for in mostly the entire season, but here in Baku as well. The most important player to watch out for is Sebastian Vettel. He has scored his first points of the season in Monaco. 10 points already to him. So will he continue that effort and score points in Baku is an important question, I feel. That's why he's the most important player to watch out for as a 4-time world champion. So I think Sebastian Vettel is the most important player to watch out for. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these with your friends and all the Formula 1 fans you know, and hit the notification bell in order to get notifications for more videos. I'm really happy you guys are enjoying my videos, and the Monaco Grand Prix has reached over 1,000 views. That is really good news to the channel. I mean, this is already the 5th video and we have already touched 1,000 views. That's really good news. Let's continue and get more subscribers as well. So please hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell. See you next time for more videos. Until then, next time, goodbye.